Beautiful, beautiful poem there from Casemiro. Very professional, but I do not believe a single word that comes out of his mouth when he says that. The only truth in here is where he says the team plays how he plays and how he wants. That is true because the team play absolute dog dirt. Yes, yes. If you actually watch him, listen. I watched Germany Portugal last night, and 30 seconds into the game, Bruno steps up to the ball. Not he hasn't had a touch yet. His first touch was to swing his left foot at that ball and send that ball flying forward. Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to FBTV. You already know what time it is. We are back with yet another video. And this time, we need to talk about Bruno Fernandes. And we need to discuss him supposedly turning down this move to Saudi. But before we get into that, anyone that's new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification. When you hit the bell, make sure you click all, lets you know when I'm live next or if I drop any new content. Make sure you're also smashing a like on the video, please. It does help out. It helps me keep this content going, helps with the algorithm, all that good stuff. So Bruno Fernandes supposedly turned down a move to Saudi. Now guys, what we're going to do on this channel, we're not just going to believe everything that's in the media. We are going to be breaking things down. We're going to be looking at things from a different angle. Even though we are a Man United fan, we're a football fan first, and we have a little bit of logic going on. And there's some crazy PR going on around Bruno Fernandes. So apparently, let's just throw this up from Fabrizio Romano. So let's read this. So it revealed Bruno Fernandes rejected the following crazy salary from Al Hilal, 231 million package, 77 million per year, 6.4 million per month, 1.5 million per week, 210,000 per day. And you are wanting me to believe that Bruno Fernandes has actually turned this down. You are wanting me to believe that his wife has been happy with him turning this down. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And the thing is, guys, you lot are very, very gullible. I don't think you actually understand what actually really goes on in this football world. Bruno Fernandes sat down and negotiated. It's David De Gea all over again. I don't know if you remember. But this is David De Gea again. All over again. Sat down, negotiated, deal never happened. Then he's got to come back and face the fans. But this time, Bruno's been smart. He sat down, negotiated, things haven't worked out for whatever reason. And now what's happened is come back to the camp and he's got to put out this PR so the fans are not against him. Obvious. It's actually so obvious, especially if you know how football works, which is fine. A lot of you may not know how football works. You haven't been involved in football or don't have anyone involved in football that you know of or certain things. So when you're a fan, you're very much on the outside and you can only believe what is put out in the media. Now, they have angled this in such a way that, you know, they've not sat down and not negotiated with anyone and this, that, and the other. And, you know, Captain Fantastic's here to stay now, you know, 19 shining armor, all this good stuff. Believe you and me, all is not what it seems with this Bruno Fernandes stuff. I do not believe that he has turned down this money. Not a chance. Not a chance. Not a cat in hell's chance. So let's move on to the next quote. Casemiro on Bruno Fernandes. Bruno is the heartbeat of the team. The team plays how he plays and how he wants. If he wants the team to play further forward, if he wants the team to keep possession, if the team keeps possession. He is the most important player in the team, especially going forward. He is the player that scores the most, gets the most assists, and takes the most risks. He is absolutely everything. Sometimes things don't go well for us, but he is always giving his all. I think we must enjoy Bruno. I love playing with him, and of course, it is a pleasure to play alongside him. He scores, defends, attacks. He is the figure of United. Right, okay, beautiful. Beautiful poem there from Casemiro. Very professional, but I do not believe a single word that comes out of his mouth when he says that. The only truth in here is where he says the team plays how he plays and how he wants. That is true because the team play absolute dog dirt. Yes, yes. So the team plays exactly how Bruno plays. absolute dog dirt. Aside from goals and assists, if you watch Bruno for 90 minutes, and if you actually watch him, actually, not highlights, not match of the day, not him stepping up to the penalty spot, not him slapping one in. Yeah, if you actually watch him, listen. I watched Germany Portugal last night, and 30 seconds into the game, Bruno steps up to the ball. He hasn't had a touch yet. His first touch was to swing his left foot at that ball and send that ball flying forward. That is your captain. That is the guy who's supposed to get you playing football. Now, I understand what Bruno Fernandes is. I understand the type of player he is. He wants to transition very quickly. He doesn't want to hold on to that ball. He wants to get that ball going forward as quick as possible. And he's playing hot potato. Yeah. Now, the issue with Bruno Fernandes is he doesn't really have a spot in this team, does he? Because he's not a number 10. He's not a great number 10. He's not. Also, he's not a great double pivot player. And I'll go on to the reasons as to why. Let me explain why he's not a good number 10. And let me explain why you guys think he is a good number 10. So why I think he's not a good number 10 is because he doesn't have any feet, can't pivot, can't play with his back to goal, all these types of things, can't play in tight spaces, right? What he will do though, is he will, and this is why you guys love him, he will pick that ball up, he'll stick it into the box and just try and find somebody. He'll slap one from 20 yards. He'll step up to the penalty spot, look brave, slide it in, and all of a sudden he's the savior after we've played rubbish for 80 minutes. And part of that is hugely down to him, by the way. So it's almost like he creates the problem and then has the solution, right, in a goal or an assist. That's what it is with Bruno Fernandes. So he can't play in the 10. He's not your classic number 10. He ain't got no feet. He can't dribble. Get out of here. If you've watched Bruno Fernandes and you sit there and tell me you think he can dribble, I think you might need to find a different spot. I do. Now, he strikes the ball very well and he has a good engine. They're the two things I'll say about Bruno Fernandes. He strikes the ball very well and has a great engine. So I've been calling for Bruno Fernandes to not play in the 10, right? And play a little bit further down the pitch in the double pivot. Why? Do I think he's a great double pivot player? Absolutely not. And I'll explain why. But why do I want him in the double pivot? Just because of his engine. I want him away from our goal. I want him away from our goal. Honestly, because he doesn't get us playing football. He doesn't get us playing football. Right? His first thought is this is why he's not a double pivot player either, because naturally he doesn't like to retain the football. Naturally, he doesn't have any pass appreciation for me. He's not a natural double pivot player, i.e. Toni Kroos, Xabi Alonso, Frankie de Jong. These types of players can play in a double pivot, have a pass appreciation and understand that they are the cog in the team and they have to keep that ball moving and keep it going whilst retaining it at the same time. Now, Bruno doesn't want to do that. So for that reason, I wouldn't have him in the double pivot. Unless you are going to put him under strict instruction to just 5-10 yard passes, keep the ball moving, don't lose the ball. Unless you're going to give him strict instruction like that, I wouldn't have him in the double pivot, because Bruno does what Bruno wants. He'll vacate his position, he'll roam, he'll this, he'll that, whatever. He just does whatever he wants. He's not that good, guys. He really isn't that good. He's been lauded up as this player that is like the absolute savior of Manchester United. And honestly, mate, this is not a popular opinion by any means, by any stretch of the imagination. But do you know what it is? I'm not a sheep, and we are not going to be sheep on this channel. Absolutely not. We're going to call it out for what it is. The sooner we shift on Bruno Fernandes, the quicker we can start to rebuild and move on as a football club. Goals and assists are not everything, guys. Goals and assists are not everything. Bruno Fernandes has captained us to two of our worst Premier League finishes. He's captained us to two of our worst Premier League finishes. So I don't know where this notion of, yeah, captain fantastic and all this stuff comes from. He is absolutely awful, man. I've seen him be in the middle of the park and literally, quite literally, just kick the ball up in the air. white, literally. 30 seconds into the game last night, Germany, Portugal, the guy just walks up to the ball, left foot, swing, boom. That's it. And do you know what it is? He's not even aware. He's actually, he sees that, and you guys see this as a positive. Who is an aggressive chance creator. He's trying to hit the spaces, this, that, and the other. Nah, honestly, no, I'm done with this guy. I'm done with this guy. Man United started off the transfer window very well. Cunha in, links to strong links to Mbeumo, and then on the third day of Christmas we get BRUNO stain. I couldn't believe it. Oh man, I'm so looking forward to the day that this guy leaves the football club, because he walks around like he owns the place, and he's not even that good at football, bro. I cannot believe some of you guys have watched the likes of Messi, Ronaldinho, Chavis, Figos, all these guys that can reel off Kakas, Rivaldos, all these guys, and we're lauding up Bruno Fernandes. Mate, it's absolutely mental, I'll be honest. But on him not going to Al Hilal, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed. But do you know what it is? They've it's a W for Bruno, because he's come back even stronger now, because all his stands and the whole fan base are like, oh yeah, Bruno, our savior. Oh, Bruno, I'm so glad you stayed. Oh, makes me sick. Ryan Giggs talking about Bruno's our best player at Manchester United. That's not difficult, is it? That's not difficult. Come on. That isn't difficult. Given the current situation right now, that isn't difficult. We've just ended up finishing 15th, mate. Get out of here. Come on. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on this myth of him rejecting this big salary. No one in life is rejecting that sort of money, guys. Stop falling for it, please. Stop. Don't do it. Don't fall for this absolute nonsense. It's a whole load of PR, man. They've done well. David De Gea, unfortunately, didn't play it like this. He got caught out, you know. Bruno's done well here, because his position now is even stronger. Even after the stinker he just had in that European final, yeah? After that stinker, he came out and, you know, last Premier League day, he was like, oh yeah, if the club want me to leave, then I'll leave, and this, that, and the other, and swinging it. Oh, sickening, really. He's really wound me up, to be honest. But the only part of that Casemiro quote was that when he says the team plays how he plays, which is absolutely correct, which is absolute load of rubbish. Yeah, the team plays rubbish because Bruno plays rubbish. Get him out of the football club. I can't wait to see him gone, I'll be honest. But anyway, that's the end of the video. I just wanted to do a quick one on Bruno before I go to the gym. But that's about it, to be honest. But that being said, he's here to stay now. He's here to stay, and obviously it looks like now he will be taking up a position in the double pivot. Now, I think it was the last 4 games of the season, Bruno dropped down from the 10 position to the double pivot, if you noticed. So I believe that's going to be him and somebody else. Him and Agate, him and Casemiro, him and Kobe. Jesus, I don't want to see Kobe in the double pivot. That's for another video. But it's going to be Bruno and someone else in that double pivot, quite clearly. So yeah, not really looking forward to seeing that, because it's going to be more of the same ball retention nonsense from him. But here we are, Captain Fantastic, as you guys keep telling me. But yeah, I know better than that, 100%. But if you like the video, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Comment as well how you feel on Bruno staying. Is it a good move? Is it a bad move? Are you with me on this? Do you hate me for saying what I've just said? Either way, whatever, drop it down below. Comment down below as well what you want me to speak on next. What's the next topic you want to hear about? But yeah, man, without further ado, peace.